Good evening. Welcome to another Drive with Dom. This is once again Atlanta Motorsports Park and the 6 Hours of Atlanta. This is the final heat of the race, and in this heat we're going to be mostly watching me defend and then ultimately get past. So this I thought was a really fun fun bit of driving. I got pushed nice and hard, and we had a good time. So let's go. So the fun begins effectively immediately. I do not know, since I can't see behind me, at what point I get this other driver on my butt. But what I can tell you is we know he's there right now, because as we go into this turn we see the second driver behind me. So we're off to the races, metaphorically, instantly. Anyway, here we are racing. So what do? I just put my nose down and just try to go as hard as I can. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have contact on me through this back straight here. I think he may have not been in a position. I think he may have fallen off here. Yeah, he breaks off from me there, and you can see him fall away. So here I'm not being pushed. So you'll notice, or you won't notice, but what I noticed watching this footage earlier is, so for the first few laps here I'm going to be defending. And it's not really so much even that I'm defending, I kind of am. But I've got a good driver in a fast kart pushing me hard. So we're going to be carrying a lot of speed into this turn that's coming up. Like I just mentioned, in this particular instance, I don't think he gets a good push on me, because you can see his shadow sort of fell off to the left, which means that as we were going around the sweeper, instead of being right on me, he somehow disconnected. So he probably gave me a little bit of a push, but not much here. But you will see in subsequent laps that, yeah, we're hauling ass into this turn. Anyway, the important bit is that this turn here was sort of the hardest turn, I think, for me at AMP during this race. This turn I'm really familiar with, and I just could not make this thing work, largely because of braking in my case. So in this scenario, you will see that I do a lot more aggressive braking and get down to the apex a lot better. It took me until the last heat, but I finally started doing at least some semi-decent versions of this turn. So thank you, sir, for pushing me really, really fast into these, which made me know that I really needed to stomp on those brakes, which was not easy to do in this rental kart, because this rental kart had sort of what I would call substandard brakes compared to many other rental karts I've been in. So sorry for the long-winded explanation of what you're going to be watching, but you need to have context. So see, I'm not running a massively wide line through there. Let me go back to here. All right, so this particular turn 2 for this race, if you're just tuning in, has a unique rule set, which is Chris, the race director, decided he didn't want us burning out his clutches, because turn 2 involves a very steep downhill entry, which you're looking at right now, and then a subsequent very steep uphill exit. And these rental karts are powered by 9 horsepower four-stroke engines. Chris gets a couple extra horsepower out of them by running a straight pipe, basically, but they're not very powerful. Like, maybe I'm hitting 55, at the end of the straight here or something, but they're not super duper fast. Mostly they don't rev up quickly. So going up a hill is hard, and if you drop below a certain level, that sort of screws with these clutches. There's an engagement speed. Anyway, so Chris said, have at it, boys and girls. Do not follow the track limits. You may use all of the track limits. So at AMP, the track limits are defined by this blue and white stuff that's over here. Normally you have to have a couple wheels, or, you have to keep one wheel in the black somewhere. Here you're going to see that we take huge runs around this corner, completely missing this apex, etc. The reason why we do that is because you're building more revs for the uphill. But since now I've got a fast driver pushing me, and I know that he wants to get by me, and I have to drive very perfect laps, I also have to be defensive, because I don't know what this guy's intentions are. I'm pretty sure his intentions are, okay, let's see how fast this guy can go. If this guy can go fast enough, I'll keep pushing him. If he can't, I'm just going to pass him. And the thing is, I know my kart kind of sucks. So this guy is probably just plain old faster than me. So let's see how far we can ride this. Anyway, so I'm going to take a defensive line in this case, which is use the apex. But notice I still take a very wide run out. I'm going to try to use width to generate as much speed downhill. Nice tight apexes, being on it, on it, on it. Here I know I'm going to be being pushed. We're going to be going fast. Yep, he bonks me in the butt, which screws him up a little bit too. So I go a little bit wide, but so does he. So we're okay, or at least I'm okay still. So that was not, he didn't do that great. So again, you'll see me trying to stay tight to those apexes. Yeah, we're hauling. Okay, so you notice I'm putting down a lot of brake, and I am not giving up that apex. Like, there is just no way in hell I'm going to let that apex have a crack of opening. And in this case, I run a tight line out. That's a little bit more similar. Okay, so this turn, there's a game called Kartcraft, which is a karting simulator, which I happen to have played an obscene amount of, like a seriously obscene amount of. Like, I've traveled around the earth twice in that game. And a big portion of that, traveling around the earth twice, has been at AMP. And in recent times, a big portion of that has been on this particular corner. But simulations are different than real life. You see sort of where my kart is pointing, there's a concrete nose and a curbing that's sticking out that sort of creates a funny nose on this. In sim, the absolute fastest way to take this corner is to basically chop that nose off, and you're sort of sending it laterally across that curbing, sort of shortening the track, while at the same time the curbing upsets the kart in such a way that you land perfectly in the rubber in an orientation that you couldn't get to with any other form of rotation that allows you to put down power earlier. Anyway, long story short, that may or may not be possible in this game. In real life, who the hell knows? But this turn here is a friggin' beast in real life. In that, look at this, it's completely in the shade. It's got a weird camber. The apex basically bounces you off towards that blue wall in the background, and you're sort of going to get caught in the rubber, hopefully, and be able to power on out. What you can't do here is miss that apex, and that's what I've been doing all day, and now I'm not going to do that anymore. The powering out narrower is also something that's more like in the sim. Note, I've been running a wider line out of there. Didn't, like I said, never really did that turn very well in the last sector. There's not much to say here other than I'm just trying to run as good a lap as I can. I'm being very tight to my apexes, I'm braking hard and late. Oh, and we're going to have such good speed here, look at that. Oh god, and I got the front draft too. Yes, and I hold the apex. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay. He's gonna get me, eventually. I did that very, very well, and there's just not much I can do. So, but nonetheless, I'm going to defend, and I've got this guy. Okay, this is going to be fun. All right, this is where this can get fun, right? Because this person in this cart that has been pushing me along is clearly faster than me today. They are going to take me here at some point, and I know this. But there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon in the form of, well, the lady in black, the woman with the ponytails. Perhaps she can help us in our quest to rid ourselves of this superior driver that is trying to get past us. Let's see what happens. In the immortal words of T.J. Coyan, a magnificent professional go-karter who has been kind enough to occasionally give me some coaching advice, there's what he describes as putting a pick on another driver, which is using slower traffic, lap traffic, to basically dump the guy who's chasing you or frustrate their forward progress. It is an art form that TJ does very, very well and has attempted to teach me a little bit how to do, and whenever I get the opportunity on track, I try to do it, and so does every other driver. However, it's not always work your way, and probably won't here. I mean, I'm doomed one way or the other, most likely. Right now, I have this delicious, delicious draft that's sucking me in. Oh god, yeah, we've got so much closing speed. And we hold the apex nonetheless, even though we have to do an emergency kind of slow down. Alright, so let's go back and take a look at that again, because that was a little sketchy. So, bear in mind, there's a gentleman behind me on my bumper right now pushing me. So we're hauling ass. And there is the lap traffic, or the traffic that is up ahead of us, that is providing the draft to the both of us. And we are entering it now as we approach the end of the straight, the strongest part of it. So we are going to close like a rocket on this cart. And we both know this. So I kind of position for the inside. Yeah, I think I played this really well. So this is ascend. In the classic sense, is this ascend? Well, but it kind of is. So me and the other guy who are both going. I can't not go for this, because if I don't, the other guy will, and then I could get really screwed. So we have to go. I'm not sure. Yep. Okay, but I hold the apex and get a nice bounce off of it. So the guy behind me got nothing out of that. Now 9 is a little squirrely here. She does not want me in her line of sight. She just wants me to get by, and she finds a way to do that. Thank you very much. Sorry to disturb your day. Me and this other fellow, he's right on my ass. I'm a little wide there. Watch what happens. Bingo! Door is open. Oh, it's so heartbreaking how easy it is to lose your position. Like, this is really all it takes. Boom. And I'm screwed. He's covering the inside. I mean, yeah, I can defend down the inside, but it's not going to help. So let's just go for a ride. Okay, I am done. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what happens. At this point, I mean, I would be thrilled, like, to have this guy in front of me, because I get to use this draft, but realistically speaking, I'm not going to be able to, because he's clearly going to just pull away, because pulled up on me. The only reason why he's not well past me already is because of all the defense that I did. You know, if I just let this guy go, he would be miles ahead. Yeah, he's faster. His car's faster. So I don't think there's a damn thing I can do here. I'm going to lose draft. You can see he's pulling further and further away, and he's also got somebody in front of him that's going to provide him draft. I mean, I can make incremental progress here and there, but I think eventually he's gone. But anyway, I wanted to share this one with you because I thought it was fun being the one that's being hunted as opposed to the hunter, which is pretty much what I usually show. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it.